Don't try to sneak into your room like that. I know what you've got behind your back. Records. More new records.
All right, it's Sunday, and what better song to play for you on a Sunday than Small Faces' Lazy Sunday Afternoon from Ogden's Nut Gone Flake. Released in 1968, recorded by Glyn Johns, probably at Olympic Studios, or most of it at Olympic Studios. And Phil Brown was the assistant engineer on that. Phil Brown, of course, did all the Talk Talk albums. And this is the original British immediate pressing. And it is the one to have. I like this record. I have 3 different early pressings. They all look pretty similar, but the one I held up first is easily the best. This one is not very good. Most of the reissues are not. This is another reissue. Small Faces original master series. They're not very good. And the American immediate, which was released by Columbia Records, was absolutely atrocious. And there was a box set, a 3 CD box set that has the only mono mix of it available, and lots of outtakes and other things, and that was mediocre sounding too, not very good. But if you want the mono mix, I have it here someplace. I can't find it, but it's here. This is really the one. And you know, Small Faces were Steve Marriott, who I think is Steve Marriott and Rod Stewart, 2 of the greatest rock singers ever. And of course, Rod Stewart took over and was Faces with Rod Stewart after Steve Marriott left to form Humble Pie. And it's Ronnie Lane, Steve Marriott, Kenny Jones, who ended up drumming for The Who, Ian McLaughlin on keyboards, and just a great group of little blokes. I like the little blokes, you know. So, funny story. So this was on Immediate Records. That was Andrew Loog Oldham's label, and it went bust after a period of time. He got kind of screwed in the record business. He's better known as you know, friend of the Rolling Stones. So it turns out that my college fraternity brother, Dr. Marty Goldstein, who some of you probably, if you watch television, you've seen Dr. Marty's dog food commercials. And the latest ones are Dr. Marty as a little cartoon hopping across the aisles, showing that his dog food isn't kibbled. Anyway, so Dr. Marty is a college fraternity brother of mine, and I hadn't seen Dr. Marty or talked to Dr. Marty in decades. And he got in touch with me out of nowhere because he had some stereo questions, and that happens a lot. And so I talked to Dr. Marty, and he told me that he's friends with Andrew Loog Oldham because he saved one of Andrew Loog Oldham's dogs. Dr. Marty is also a homeopathic and a vet. He's not just a regular vet. He is a regular vet, but he also does other things. And our dogs get all kinds of other weird treatment. They get acupuncture, and they get MagnaWave, and I've done MagnaWave things actually since the 80s. That's a whole nother story that maybe I'll tell at some other point about Dr. Bob and the Society for Human Development, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so Dr. Marty got me in touch with Andrew Loog Oldham, and of course what I wanted to know was the Immediate Records story. But man, Andrew Loog Oldham did not want to talk about that, and that kind of ruined the whole thing. And really, he's been interviewed, you know, so many times, and there's so many available interviews. What can I possibly get out of Andrew Loog Oldham that hasn't been gotten already? Because his fame really. His radio show is very good, by the way, that he had on Sirius. I don't know if he still has it. But what could I get out of Andrew Loog Oldham that wasn't involving Immediate Records or the Rolling Stones? It's all been discussed. So this is my original copy of this from 1968. And I'm sure most of you have seen this. And if you haven't, I will take it apart. So Ogden's Nut Gone Flake is this is kind of like I don't want to ruin this thing. It was kind of a parody of a late late 19th century tobacco tin in Liverpool, and it's really one of the great record jackets, and it's starting to have problems. I don't want to ruin it, so I'm gonna fold it back up. So side one of this record has a bunch of great tunes on it, and Steve Marriott and the boys really didn't produce that much. They kept recycling a lot of things. I'm not going to go track by track for over side one, but side two is a fanciful story about a guy named Happiness Stan, and it's narrated by a guy named Stanley Unwin, who speaks in a very strange kind of nonsensical language. It's really kind of funny, and it's like, what did he say? What did he say? It's just fun. Plus, the musical interludes are really fun. They tried to get Spike Milligan from the Goon Show to voice it, but it broke down, so they got Stanley Unwin. Stanley Unwin does a wonderful job. It's a fun listen, but it's side one that really is just incredible, as you'll hear. And this is this with the pale pink label is really the one. If I digitize the other copies that I have that are also on immediate and are early pressings that only look different because the pink is a little darker, it's good, but not as good as this. And some people say this isn't the good one because it's too bright, but you'll judge. It's bright, but you'll judge that for yourself. So. I was going to just play the final track. This was number one in the UK, by the way. And I think New Musical Express voted this album of the year over Sgt. Pepper. I think that was the story. It doesn't matter. I'm just not into all these awards. And here are my top 10 records for the... It's such... I'm just tired of seeing those things. My top 10... I don't care what your... You shouldn't care what my top 10 records are. I don't care what your top... I don't care what your favorite records are, okay? You should not care what my favorite records are. I mean, if I do a video and post some records and say, these are good records, okay, that's one thing. But my top 10 records are... Who cares? I don't care. And you shouldn't care what I like, and I don't care what you like. You like what you like, I like what I like. And, what you like is equally as good and important as what I like is to me, is to you. All right, enough of this ranting before I get myself in trouble with the usual suspects. Anyway, I was going to play just Lazy Sunday, but there was Long Ago and Worlds Apart, Renee, Song of a Baker, and Lazy Sunday. I think all of those, in fact, you know what? All of side one deserves to be heard. Since, what's happened over the past couple of years is now you can play these things over YouTube. You can play them, and the publisher usurps, well, they don't usurp, they take the rights to monetize and get the money for the place. And that's fine. I think it's great. I do these videos and these track de jours. I don't make any money on it. I don't make a penny on it because the publisher gets the money, and they should. It's their music. It's not my music. But I want you to hear how great these pressings sound, and I'm doing this. The other thing that's annoying to me, it is annoying to me that I see people are making these videos and just talking and saying usual nonsense, or maybe a few good things, but usually it's about, here's what I like. Again, I don't care. And they get more views than I get for these track de jour where you actually get to hear the tracks played back on a really good system, and I go to the trouble to do I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. I keep thinking of Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien had the Tonight Show, and, he ended up not being that successful, and I'm sure he's bitter over that, but he soldiers on. So I soldier on. I think I'm doing great stuff. That's my opinion, and I'm going to keep doing this. So if 2,000 people watch this, and that's all that watches it, and there were people watching this idiot, I'm not going to mention any names, who gets online and spouts absolute nonsense that he makes up, and more people watch that, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Because I do what I do, he does what he does. So let's hear all of side one of what I think is the best pressing of Small Faces, Ogden's Nut Gun Flake. Okay, pardon my rant. I still haven't had a shower since Tuesday because the epoxy is curing in our drain system. So I guess I'm a little bit frazzled. All right, here we go.
happy just to be with you. Know that and loving you the way I do. Knows that there's every way I need you. Know that you're dancing in the afterglow of your love is all around me, everywhere. Love has come to touch my soul with someone who really cares. No one can deny us. People who once passed me by will turn their heads round. I'm happy just to be with you and loving you the way I do. Yeah. There's everything I need to know, just resting in the afterglow of your night. Yes, you have always been here, feeling deep inside, a feeling that I could not see or touch or try to hide. My love is in and around you. Hey, I bless the day that I found you. So listen, baby, I'm happy just to be with you and loving you the way I do. There's everything I
It'd be nice to get on with me neighbours, but they make it very clear they've got no room for ravers. They stop me from grooving, they bang on me wall. They're doing me thrusting, it's no good at all. Lazy Sunday afternoon, I've got no mind to worry. I close my eyes and drift away. Here we all are, sitting in a rainbow. Oh, blimey, hello, Mrs. Jones. How's your bird slumbago? That's a grumble. I'll sing you a song with no words and no tune. So sing in your party while you suss out the moon. Oh, yes. Lazy Sunday afternoon, I've got no mind to worry. Close my eyes and drift away. Rooty-dooty-doo, a rooty-dooty-die-die. A rooty-dooty-dum, a rooty-dooty-doo-dee. There's no one to hear me, there's nothing to say, and no one can stop me from feeling this way. Yeah. Lazy Sunday afternoon, I've got no mind to worry.